Hey, I want you to look around you. Not long, just about a couple of seconds. What do you see? Is it the calm and chillaxed environment you live in? Or could it be the smiling faces that greet your eyes? Or maybe it be the spring breeze brushing against your skin? Now that you're done looking around, I want you to visualize something. I want you to visualize your nice and calm surroundings and imagine it be a war-torn classroom. The once tranquil and fun area has now turned into a cluster of fear and despair. The once organized and clean classroom is now a place of rubble and ruin, with dead bodies scattered everywhere, emanating a stench so bad it leaves you gagging every second. Not to mention the gunshots filling your ears to the brim, leaving a burn in your mind which will never be forgotten. Now that you're done visualizing, I want you to think. Which would you prefer? The world that felt like cupcakes and rainbows, or the world that seemed like literal hell? Probably choice one, right? Well, for the people living in Afghanistan, they don't get to have the luxury of choosing choice one or choice two. What I'm here to talk about is the war happening in Afghanistan and the need to stop it. The war in Afghanistan had started on October the 7th, Sunday, 2001. The US invasion of Afghanistan had occurred after the late September 11th attacks. George W. Bush, with support from the Allies, had asked the Taliban to hand over Osama bin Laden and expel al-Qaeda from Afghanistan, sending both countries into a battle royale. Over the years, the total devastation that has been brought upon the country has been growing bigger and bigger. Countless of lives taken, thousands of mothers and fathers' cries echo across the land of losing their child, and the need to stop it grows bigger and bigger and bigger. The people that could do something about it ignore it, and the people that could do something about it leave it more broken than fixed, losing both their men and the opposing team. The death toll grows bigger and bigger every year. It is estimated that 31,000 lives have been taken. And in 2016, 2,254 soldiers lost their lives. Now I ask you this. What would you do to stop this? Would you just stand around and ignore it, or would you do something about it? And you will ask yourself, what does this have to do with NZ or us in general? Well, think about it. Is this the home you've always looked for? Is this the place where we want our children to grow and prosper? Is this where we want our firstborn child to open their blameless eyes and see the world where they'll grow up in? We are no longer able to lie to ourselves anymore. This is the truth that we've been ignoring. But there is another truth, that we can change this. Why not create good instead of evil? Why not create peace instead of war? Why not spread kindness, love, and compassion for human life instead of creating war, jealousy, and hate? I know it may sound easy on paper, but anything is possible. The smallest voice can make the loudest statement. Stand up and speak out. The battle to peace does not have to be a lonely one. I will be there with you. When Martin Luther King stood up to segregation that the African American people were being oppressed by, he did not do it alone. He did it with the African American people behind him. When Nelson Mandela stood up to his government for the rights of human rights for his people, he didn't do it alone. When Gandhi stood up to his government, he did not do it alone. He did it with his people. What I am telling you is that this battle will not have to be a lonely one. I will be there with you. We must stop this from happening. We must stop this war that is spreading like an epidemic. No longer will the people of Afghanistan or the people around the world feel the terror of terrorism. We must ask ourselves this. Would we want this for our people? Would we want this for anyone else or us? We can no longer let freedom ring and never pick up the phone. Thank you for listening to my speech.